Hey guys, I'm running a little late. I was editing part 1. I was really trying to at least just do one video of the update. Jaguar Wright has spoken. Also an update with the Velvet and Solar and this new girl that's in the equation, trying to give you an update. But I'm editing as we speak part 1 of Jaguar Wright, calling from the mental institution that the court has ordered her to stay in. She has not been evaluated yet. It's been 4 days. And I think yesterday, which was when this recording from Tony Tokyo was recorded, um, that is when she was supposed to that day, which was the 18th, get evaluated. But I think that without even getting an evaluation, they probably see things and they're trying to have her sit in this facility, just so she can just sit with herself and heal. So there's going to definitely be 3 parts to this, because understand that Tony Tokyo has a potty mouth. You cannot just put her work up, like recordings up, because she's cussing and carrying on, and you gotta really edit that stuff out. She sounds horrible. She sounds like a man. Nothing about her lady like the way she talks. So I'm editing, and it's unfortunate. So tomorrow it'll probably be a live at noon, God willing, and then one tonight, like around 4, 5, or 6. I'll let you know in advance, so y'all will be there for this. Um, but it says, "Hey sis, hey sis, hey sis." Y'all are the first ones in the room. So we're gonna listen to part 1 of Jaguar Wright. She called Tony Tokyo yesterday. Um, Shaniqua, I did get your video. I didn't go. I mean, I saw that you left me a message. Um, but I just want to let you know that I already knew that Tony Tokyo was recording Jaguar Wright in the mental institution, and I had recorded the first video of the 2 recordings of Jaguar Wright. I recorded that last night. I'm going to record the second video either tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'm going to edit that. So the rest of the first video that I recorded, I'm going to have to edit the end of it and what was said, and then we can basically go on to part 2 and then the ending of part 3, and then we'll just have to wait for some further updates on Arcole. I'm looking at your name talking about Arcole. We're gonna have to be looking at some further updates going further on Jaguar Wright. I really only want to report on Jaguar Wright when it's current information, and this is current information. She called from the hospital and she talked to Tony Tokyo, and she was telling her what the plans were. But while we wait for this recording to render, which will be in a few minutes, and then I'll pull it up, I wanted to talk to you just really briefly, and then we'll get into the Jaguar Wright situation. For the replay, anyone that's not on this live now, who is on this live after it is over and they have to watch the replay, I promise you I will put a timestamp in the comment section of this video, so it will redirect, highlighted in blue, to the video live commentary that we're gonna do. Yeah, girl. Oh my God, let me tell you something. It is difficult to edit a video when you got Tonio. I can never get her name right. Tony Tokyo and Jaguar Wright both on the phone or in the same room. Jaguar Wright, she cusses too. But when you put them both together, it is virtually impossible to try to edit out the inappropriate stuff that comes out of their mouth. Yep, the hot mess express. And it's really sad, especially Tony. She's bad with it. She's bad. She's questionable too. I know Jaguar's in the hospital, but I sometimes think that she need to be there too. She has no class with herself. Ain't no shame in her game, and she thinks it's cute, and it's just a real sad situation with Tony Tokyo. And I see why she doesn't have a good relationship with her daughter, because she's kind of sort of what I would call an embarrassment. It's like you can't take her nowhere because you just don't know how she's going to be. Hey, Marcus. Yes, but yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was so much profanity in that live that I did. I honestly could not keep up with it. And I had looked and I said, man, it's 4 o'clock. It's over 4 o'clock. And I still have not finished this live. I mean, this edit. And I said, this is crazy. So sadly enough, tomorrow I'll do 2 live streams, and we're just gonna have to do part one, which will be today, and I'll put a part one so y'all will know in what order to watch the videos. Part two and part three. I'll do part 2 and 3 tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early in the morning and start part two so you can hear the rest of what Jaguar Wright has said, and then part three will be at night. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now, she's like a nature boy. Jaguar Wright is, and if she's already in the hospital, wanting to be recorded by her friend Tony, X, Y, and Z of what her plans are for her husband and what went down day in questioning. You can only imagine when she gets out how she's gonna be ripping and running through these YouTube streets. So there's gonna be plenty of content to tune into, because she's on and popping right now. She's in a place where she can't cut up, but when she gets out, and the longer they keep her, the worse Jaguar Wright is going to be when she gets out, trust me. Also, update on Natureboy. I called the courthouse this morning. There's nothing in the clerk's record at this time of him having any type of bond hearing or trial hearing. Nothing is on the docket right now. And we already know that's because he doesn't have a lawyer. And he's probably going to either have to decide between a paid lawyer again, if he has his funds for that, or a court appointed lawyer. So that's basically where we're at with that. So pretty much he's going to be in there probably up to about a year, before he can even look at maybe some sort of freedom. And by then it might snap into his head that he needs to plea and take a plea so he can walk, and it'll be on his record that he's a pedophile. But this is what you did to your life. No one asked you to perform like you did. You did this because you was the boss. That was, your world, and you was doing what you was doing, and you got in trouble for it. You incriminated yourself for number one. So now you paying the piper. It said I got a funny feeling Natureboy is gonna get out on probation or time. Yeah, that's what I was saying all day. The whole time yesterday, I was saying if he pleads out, he's gonna get time served. My husband said it. Our Cole's husband said it. We've been trying to tell. I've been trying to tell my community, if Natureboy pleads out, he's gonna get time served. He's gonna walk. He might get probation still, and it's gonna be on his record that he's a level 3 sex offender. No doubt. He doesn't want that on his record because he feels as though he's innocent, and why should he have to walk around with that on his record? But it is what it is. It's gonna be on his record. It's gonna be on his record even if he serves time. He's gonna have to still register as a sex offender. So it's no going around that. And I just wish that he would just understand that, but he doesn't. He did it to himself. But I'm telling you, you're about to see the version of another female Natureboy, because Jaguar Wright, when she gets out, it's on and popping. Because I don't believe she's leaving her husband. Allegedly, it's being said. I didn't hear the word divorce, but it does sound in her conversation with Tony like she's done with him. However, in the community, on these social media streets, I have not finished editing the first video that I have recorded. The end part of what she said. Maybe she said that in the end part, she's gonna go for a divorce. It didn't come out the horse's mouth. It did appear, from what I heard, that Jaguar Wright wants to get, wants to, go her separate ways because of how her husband did her and how he's dragging her name in these streets. Um, it, he's very questionable to Jaguar right now because she feels as though she's done everything for him. She pays the rent. She takes care of him. She's the one that is the man and the woman in the relationship. She's the caretaker. And she can't believe that he really betrayed her like this. So a lot of stuff's gonna come out. A lot of stuff's gonna come out in this recording that I have where she said January 18th, 2023, which was yesterday, how he was abusing her physically, mentally, and I didn't even know that they was even on that time. I thought she was probably more the verbal abuser than him. But no. They to me, they probably both were abusing each other. I think she was doing it verbally, but he's a man, and he sometimes men have the upper hand that they're men, and they're going to take advantage of the fact that they're men and put their hands on you to control you. So it's a real crazy situation. And I hope that nobody gets hurt in this process, because it looks like a lot of revenge is gonna go down. And I'm gonna tell you something, we can always talk about Jaguar Wright is unstable. We can talk about that all day long. But always remember, her husband's a little touched too. And I said he was touched when he was talking about how she put the ashes on her face, how he did that laugh. And a lot of people said, "Oh, she was mimicking um how Jaguar laughs." No, he's crazy. And even Jaguar confirmed it. I told you I mess up people's name. I was saying Tony Tokyo. It's Tokyo Tony. That goes to show how much, honey, I be listening and following. I don't follow Tokyo Tony. She would make my anxiety flare up. I just couldn't be around someone that just talks like that. And they're okay with it. I mean, and it's not because I'm thinking I'm perfect. Can we make sure that we get these likes up? Whoever's in here, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. If you just came in and you forgot, that's okay. But support the channel with hitting the like button. It is free to like. Because I just happened to go over and I said to myself, wow, people really come up in here and don't wipe their feet off. They just come in here, listen to the content, and don't even want to give you a like or dislike. That's crazy. I'm sitting there running my mouth a mile a minute. Something said, go look and see where them likes are at. And long and behold, per usual, they're looking like they're on a diet. Yeah, you got to get them likes up. You really do. Don't make no sense. I wish this was like Big O, where you could see people would have to literally put a troll profile up and a fake name, but you can still see who's coming inside your chat. That's when you would get people to like or dislike your video, because you would kind of sort of know. You know what I'm saying? And people would be liking and disliking that video, but they'll be hitting one or the other. His name is Gumba or whatever. He's touched. He's very much so touched. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. Like I said, there will be timestamps. Let me see where it's at right now. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and then I'll be able to share the first of the recording, the first part of the recording, and then it's right there. And then we can do part 2 and 3 tomorrow. So again, timestamps will be available after this replay, so that you guys can play catch up and not have to go through 17 minutes of listening to me talk at the beginning and no video. See, a lot of people will stay on these lives when I'm live, and they'll stay through it and wait for the video. But if it's the replay and the live stream is over with, some people won't stay for the live because they're like, man, I got to go through 20 minutes before we get to the video part. So that's why I like to put timestamps, you know, so that we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, he's got some issues too. And I talk about this all the time. It sometimes be the people who tell you that you're crazy, but they're telling you that you're crazy, but they're really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary because they don't even look at themselves as crazy. And they're bad-ish crazy. Have lots of problems going on. Yeah, but it's really unfortunate that I wasn't able to immediately put this video up, but that's how bad 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛's mouth was. I just said, this is crazy. It's unreal. She got a potty mouth. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I'm off of YouTube, I might be, just talking genuinely, just having a general conversation. I might say a cuss word, but like, not to that extent. Like, I mean, you just can't go through life. I mean, I hope she's a chameleon when she's like taking care of business, for like, money to help take care of herself. I hope she's not going into these executive meetings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? For like leading roles or reality shows, and she's doing all this, because that's just not a good look. She's like real bad with it, and it's sad. She just makes her own kind of look bad. She's extra. Yeah, it's just too much. She's so extra with it that it's aggravating. It's irritating. She's always cursed up a storm. Yeah, she's just something wrong. All right, I'm gonna share it now. Here we go. Hold on. So this is part 1, and again, I will put timestamps so that the people who missed this video. Matter of fact, let me get a pen and write down where the video starts at so that I can all right, so we're starting it now.
I'm gonna let her talk before y'all even start to pull up, because nobody's pulled up yet, but they will hear this because it will be a whole video landed. What do you have to say, Jaguar? I miss you. I love you. That's what I want to say first. I'm glad that you're safe. I'm glad you're good.
First things first, I want to give all honor and praise and glory to the God that I serve, the risen Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Because as much as I hate being where I'm at right now, being trapped in a mental hospital, not being able to access my own phone, get online.
So it has been confirmed she is in a mental hospital, because I want to confirm it on my end, because before any of us knew, these 4 days she's been in there, that's where she was at. We were only assuming, giving our opinions. And the best commentary you can do for your community is telling them what comes out of the horse's mouth. Even if what comes out of the horse's mouth is a blatant lie, at least you heard it from them. And then when you share the information, you have accurate information. You have done your due diligence.
Choose what I eat, or whatever the case may be. I'd have met some really interesting people up in here. Told me you about to open some group homes. Because I'm looking at what these girls got going on, and some of them, they hustling to stay here because they ain't got nowhere to go after they leave this hospital.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm here, Toke. I'm here because God said, see, this is what God does to me. He did it with me when I was in jail, and he's doing it now. He puts me in the place where he needs me the most, the place that I don't want to go. See, this is why I always say.
I said this. I knew it.
I always run from what he's telling me. But every time he dropped me where I'm supposed to be, next thing you know, I'm sitting here talking to the directors. I couldn't sleep last night. A girl got up, started hollering, screaming, talking about they was coming to get her. People was coming through the walls. I jump up, I start praying over her. I call for the blood of Jesus over her. I got her to calm down. I started singing His Eye is on the Sparrow to her since I missed my aunt's funeral, and I couldn't sing at my aunt's funeral yesterday.
If that's any truth to it, Walker, let me tell you something. If he was asking for bail, he was trying to get a bag off of the tragedy that's going on with his wife. This is a tragedy. This is tragic that she's trying to love somebody more than she loves herself right now. She's calling herself trying to help save Solar and give him a job, make him her assistant, treat him like a nephew. The husband gets jealous and everything breaks loose. And now she ends up in the hospital. Like a crazy person. And we all know, because you heard her just say where she was at. She's not in jail. So he's taking full advantage of the fact that she's in this hospital. But because everyone said that Solar and Jaguar had got locked up, people are going to run with the narrative still that she's in jail. And the ones that believe that she's in jail and not in a mental hospital getting an evaluation, they will give him a donation.
I'm sitting there and I'm praying over
Remember,
her,
she's the breadwinner.
Together,
He's not the one with the money.
And then I'm talking to the directors, and they talking about how short-staffed they are, how under funded they are, how they don't have this, they don't have that. And I'm like, yo, this is what me and my girl Toke is really all about. And then I'm like, well, who do we got to raise the money and get the money to? They said, well, if you get it to the white man, it ain't going to come to us. It's going to go to the white man. I said, well, what if we buy y'all supplies? They said, well, the white man decides where the supplies go. It could go here, it could go somewhere else. I said, so basically what y'all saying is y'all need y'all own group home.
I've been trying to do this for so long.
Yeah, there's a millionaire that I know down here that's got some land with some empty farmhouses that can be renovated and turned into housing for these people. And they can learn how to farm, and they can learn how to be self-sustained, and they can learn how to do it on their own. And so we can make that happen.
They need to help themselves before they talk about helping somebody else.
Up and running, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking at them. I'm looking at them right now. They in need, Toke. They in need.
Now listen, when you were away, I told people
I don't believe that
things were not.
I'm still away, bro.
Listen.
Go yet. I gotta prove to him. I'm saying I ain't seen a doctor in days. They done had me locked up for 4 days. I haven't even been evaluated.
I know.
I know. Wait a minute, Toke. Listen. They got a whole court order that was set up by my husband.
Leave him. I'm telling you, and I never told nobody to leave their husband in life.
The state of Texas.
Leave.
Wait a minute. The state of Texas.
So now, Walker, do you hear more? The husband was lying. That husband did not need bail money. He's trying to profit off of what his wife's going through. And she has no control over saying that he's a bold-faced liar, because she's in the hospital. She's being evaluated. And it was ordered by the courts. And a doctor approved it that she doesn't even know. That's not even her doctor. Her doctor. Like, say if she has mental health issues in her state and she goes to mental health, once a month or once a week, whatever. That's not her mental health doctor, someone she talks to, or a physician. And he approved it for her to stay in there until she gets an evaluation. She had not gotten an evaluation yet as of January 18th. So, like I said, we're going to see how this goes. But her husband was lying. She's not in jail. She's in a hospital.
For the best interest and protection of Jaguar Wright Johnson. 2, peace officer unsigned. Or 2, designated person unsigned. Order of protective custody.
She needs to be.
Whereas an application for court mental health services for Jacqueline Wright Johnson, herein after called proposed patient is pending in above reference court, and there also having been filed a physician's certificate of mental examination for mental illness, showing the proposed patient has been examined within 3 days. Now, understand this: I have been in hospital detention for 4 days. I have not been evaluated by a doctor, psychiatrist, or anything otherwise. More importantly, the beatdown that I caught trying to save Solar from getting beat up by my husband, that left me with bruises that were, I have a sprained thumb, I have a sprained pinky, my ankle was sprained. I was never treated for anything. I was never treated for any of my injuries.
Don't forget to mention your husband's friend that beat you too.
Yeah,
don't forget to mention him.
Yeah, my husband beat me too.
And his friend.
And his friend.
And his friend.
Yep.
Yeah, he let his friend do it this time. He let his friend beat me this time. And it's funny because I talked to the police in DeSoto, and I told them that I wanted to file charges against my husband and his friend and the police officers that attacked me and that harmed me, because the police officers attacked me after I had been attacked, and told them that I had been assaulted.
You ain't no man doing that.
Handcuffs, and George Floyd hit me in the daggone Big Lots parking lot. Now, anyway, moving right along, whereas the court has considered that application and physician certificate has been determined that the conclusions.
That is not me moving around. That is 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧, whatever her name is. She doing a little bit too much over there. I don't know what she's doing, but I just don't want y'all to think I'm making that noise in the background. That's what she's over there doing.
And belief of the applicant, and the applicant would be my husband. Belief of the applicant and certifying physician are adequately.
So basically, her lying husband, who's asking for donations to get bail money to get her out of jail, which we know is a lie. She's in a hospital in the psych ward looking to get an evaluation. Her husband sectioned her. I can't remember a section. I can't remember the number section in it is, but you could put it in the chat. Section, I can't remember what the number is, but he sectioned her to be in the hospital to get an evaluation. She's in the psych ward, not jail. She doesn't need bail money. She needs to get an evaluation to get out.
Supported by the information presented, and whereas the court has hereby determined that the certifying physician has stated his opinion, and it is detailed, and its detailed basis. So let me get that straight. The physician that testified in court where I wasn't present yesterday,
okay,
said that he examined me. I never talked to him. I never spoke to him. I saw 3 different doctors, and not one of them could look me in my eye.
It's a 50.
Paying them to keep me there.
No, it's a 51A. Beyond me, it's called a 51A. A 51A.
Whereas the court has hereby determined that the certifying physician has stated his opinion and its detailed basis that the proposed patient is mentally ill, and has further immediately determined that said proposed patient, and proposed patient is me, Jaguar Wright, presents a substantial risk of serious harm to self or others if not immediately restrained, pending a hearing on probable cause. Now, therefore, you are hereby ordered to take the person of the proposed patient into protective custody.
And that's good that you did that, because now you're seeing that the husband was lying. Jaguar is not in jail. She's in a psych ward. She's in a hospital waiting for an evaluation. And we don't know when she's going to get released. I don't think she knows when. She's definitely not going to get released until she gets that evaluation done. We don't even know how long that evaluation is going to take. I don't believe it's going to take 1 day and then they're going to say, oh, she's either crazy or, sane.
and immediately transport such person to Dallas Behavioral Health Hospital,
on the floor.
where said
because they put her on the hospital.
Detained
I mean, ambulance bed,
pending a probable cause hearing or upon further order of the court. Herein fail not, but of this order make due return to said court, showing how you had executed same given under my hand this, the 17th day of January 2023.
He knew Life 101. He knew she was in the hospital because he's the one that sectioned her. 51A, I just said. He was just trying to take advantage of the viewers and her supporters because they saw her being taken in handcuffs. But common sense would tell you she was going to the hospital because she didn't get into a police car. Ambulance came, she was getting onto an ambulance bed. She was going to the hospital, and that's where she's at right now. That's where she's calling Tokyo Tony at right now, waiting for an evaluation. Her husband sectioned her to go to the hospital, saying that she wasn't competent, that she was crazy.
I can't even read the judge's handwriting, and there's nobody else's name on this thing. Her husband's name ain't on it, the cop's name ain't on it, the doctor's name ain't on it.
Exactly.
Just my name and a signature from the judge who never met me. I had no representation, no lawyer, no nothing. I talked to no doctor. Today is going to be the first day I speak to a psychiatrist.
Fly girls,
and they're going to evaluate whether or not I sound sane or whether or not I'm insane. You know what they say?
I know that's right, Fly girls.
Over in Charleston in the hospital.
What they say, baby?
Keep her door open because she's going to hang herself. Keep her door open because she's going to hang herself. They said the same thing about Aaron Carter before he died, didn't they?
You ain't going to die, baby. I'm on it, baby.
Listen to me. I know I'm not going to die.
I'm on it, baby.
To see how many views I got. Why would I kill myself when I'm killing the game? Thank you, man. I said, why would I kill myself when I'm killing the game? So I'm telling everybody on YouTube right now. Yes, okay. Orange juice would be fantastic. I could give you a vitamin C. You know, an apple a day, they say. An apple a day, they say. Amen. Thank you, Miss Tony. I'm sitting here on the phone with everybody on YouTube and my girlfriend Tokyo Tony. You know the Black China?
She's another Natureboy. Can't say off of social media. She wants to be in the limelight even when she's going through a crisis.
I think you can't. Oh, she can't get on the phone. Well, can you just say
but he says someone else called the police. Not him. He's lying. Don't believe him. Just like
hey, praise God.
Oh Jesus.
Praise God. Thank you, doctor, nurse.
Just like he said he needed cash apps because she was in jail and he
needed
bill money. She was never in jail.
That's right, baby.
That's what he wanted you to think for them cash apps.
Okay, as soon as I'm done, sweetheart, please stop pressing me. I'm on live right now. Thank you.
It's all right, Jack. It's okay.
I'm going to get ready to get off the phone. Now, listen to me.
I'm listening, baby.
Listen to me.
I'm listening, sis.
They trying to set me for it. I don't know if somebody paid my husband to come for me. I don't know if he just got jealous because he started seeing how irrelevant he is in my life.
I said all of this on a...
And I don't, and now because I'm building the team, see, there are so many people that are qualified to do so many more things. See, it's been he and I all of this time. It's been no one else. I shut the whole world out because I didn't want anyone to see that he's the one that's actually mentally ill. The funny thing is the hospital that I'm sitting in now, if you go back and you look on my Instagram feed, around like August, September 2020, when he went crazy and I had to get him out the hospital and he was coming home and King was a pup and all of that, I was picking him up from this very place because he was about to blow his brains out.
Well, he was in that same hospital she's in.
What people also don't know is before last Friday, when we were coming back from Shreveport, Louisiana, the gun that I just bought him that he told me I'm not allowed to touch, he was waving around in me and Solar's face asking who wanted to shoot him and who was going to shoot him doing 110 miles per hour.
I was on the phone with you.
I almost had to jump out the car.
I was on the phone with you.
Oh, yeah, you was on the phone because I called you and told you I was hitchhiking back to Dallas if need be.
Yep, you're right about that. Your
My
words
husband's crazy.
return
He's a veteran. He's
to
crazy,
you.
but it ain't just the veteran. It's the simple fact that he's inbred. You know, and people don't realize when people are inbred,
Excuse me,
their
I'm
mind
sorry.
ain't
I
right.
should be laughing.
No, I'm not lying, Hope.
No, I'm
His
sorry.
father, the man that he's named after, isn't his father. His uncle is his biological father because his mom was uncle, her mom's brother.
I hate when our own kind do this. Now I know her husband did her wrong, and he's trying to get a bag off it while she's in the psych ward getting evaluated. But it's not right for what he's doing on his end. But it's not certainly right for Jaguar Wright to be running errant family business on social media, especially if you're not sure that you're gonna leave this man alone. If you're definitely not sure that you're gonna leave this man alone, and even if you are gonna leave him alone, y'all were married. That was your husband. If y'all can't make it in life, oh, that's fine. But as fathers trying to throw each other underneath the bus and air each other's dirty laundry, what happened to is not working out. We're not compatible. It took 4 years us being together for us to see it. You go your way and I go mine. We ain't got to dry snitch and drag and tell this one's business and tell that one's business. We can leave the situation humbly. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people don't really care about your business. They'll hear about your business and they'll be like, "What's next?" Now we want to hear another tragic story. That story of Jaguar and her husband is played now. Now we want another adrenaline fix. We want another wow factor. You know, so what do you really get out of it? Dragging each other. Nothing.
And got pregnant by him. And then they tried to sit there and pawn it off on the man that she's married to now,
Yeah,
have a bunch of babies and
I
all,
feel
make
he
it look
was
good.
too.
The man's
Life
name still ain't on his birth
101.
certificate. My husband pushing 40. See, when you
That's
dealing with
true, something.
incest, there's lack of impulse control. See, there's too many of the
Tokyo
same
gives bad
markers. There's too
advice.
many of the same alleles. There's too
She
many
wouldn't
of the
have
same. And see, they
aired him
come from
out
that
if he
native blood.
wasn't
And you know
acting
those natives,
crazy.
they like
She
own.
has to prove her
You know those
prejudice.
Native Americans,
I
they like
get it, but
they
still.
own. They do. And that's what my husband
Prove
come
it in a
from, and
court of
people
law
don't
when
know
you're
that.
getting a divorce from him.
I didn't know that. We was
I
only
think she
together for
kept it
21
long
days when
as
he
she
insisted we
could,
get
but what
married.
she doesn't tell the
And
people.
I've been dealing with all of this for 4
Just
years
is
now.
crazy.
The beatings, the hiding it, you know, because I'm just waiting for him to get himself together, trying to get him together, trying to pull it together. And now he done found a way to get me in here.
I didn't know he was
to make
putting his
me
hands
look
on
crazy
him.
so he can look sane while he makes excuses for one of his friends putting their hands on me and ground pounding me. And I pulled my son's ashes out and said, we can all die today.
All right, I get it. I get it. I can I can cap it off from here.
While he was beating on solo, I was afraid. I gotta go, y'all, because it's time.
I finish from here.
I love you.
I love you too.
Back when the phone is free.
You already know I'm right here. I'm chilling.
All right, love
I
you.
love you, babe. All right, later.
All right, bye.
Tokyo is a trip.
It's hard to not to talk sometimes, you know, just loudmouth Libras. Let me break something down, y'all. Ah, man. When I say what I say, I say what I say. And I ain't never wrong.
Yeah, it is real messy.
Mm-mm.
Real
Well,
messy.
back. Yo, baby, I'm live.
I know I got to tell my husband
Yeah,
that
we
too
finally
sometimes.
got through breakfast
But
and the
he's
group
quiet
meeting,
today.
and the other girls needed to make their calls, so I waited for everybody to finish, and I figured I'd call you back like I said. You live still?
Yeah. Going in.
How's it going out there in TV land?
Me pushing for Philadelphia for these good people to go over there and the rest of them over there and be nosy and subscribe and grab some content.
Well, let me tell you this.
They can hear every word you saying.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let me
Hold
tell
on,
y'all
the
this.
answer to him kicking off on.
I'm about to, as soon as I'm released from
If
here,
you're scared of your husband,
do a
would you run
2-hour-long
up in
video
him?
journal
Not me. I wouldn't do it
detailing
if I was scared of my
my
husband.
marriage in totality.
I'm a lie on
Preach.
triple Libra.
now that it has come to this point, it is clear that we've come to an impasse, you see. I can no longer continue to enable him to abuse me. And he can't continue to hide because the slip is hanging.
And when she say abuse, that don't mean slinging her around the room because she a bitch. Not that kind. But this was abuse. So now we can add that too. Mental, physical, financial. Go ahead.
It's all right, folks. It's all right. You want to know what? I love him.
Of course.
I wish it didn't have to go this way. See, everybody in my husband's life has turned their back on him for real, for real.
Let me just say one thing to you. I think that's where people are getting that they're getting a divorce. I have not edited this first whole live that Tokyo did because it was 2 hours and 21 minutes or something like that. It was almost going to like 3 hours. And I have to edit this stuff out because Tony, she does a lot of cussing. And then on top of it, to put the cherry on the top, so does Jaguar. But she may have said it out of her mouth, Jaguar, in this live or the other ones that I'm going to have to record as well. We're going to have 3 parts to this, that she is getting a divorce. It sounds like she's saying it's just time that we go our separate ways. But until we hear it from the horse's mouth, the word divorce, or even if she don't say divorce, if she's just being blatant about it and just blatantly tells you without even using the word divorce, it's just common sense that that's what she means, then we can say she's getting a divorce. To me, it sounds like she's saying she's going to have to let this go. But I didn't hear the word divorce, and I don't think people should be running with that because she could get out tomorrow and be right back with her husband. And at the end of the day, can't nobody get mad at Jaguar if she does that because that's her husband. That's the thick and the thin. That's what you get married for. You don't just, when times get rough, leave. You still stay in the marriage, even if you see that, you're having tough times.
Like even the drug dealing barbershop Suite 517 had the audacity to have my birth date on it.
Well, your husband called me and told me he was leaving he called your friend and told me he was leaving your. And I told him good riddance.
I bet he did say he was leaving me. Guess what? That's not the first time somebody's talked to men to see. You got to understand the reason why there was that barbershop, especially Bobby and especially Bobby, the owner who lets unlicensed barbers cut in that shop because they're really drug dealers in disguise and they're servicing the entire community.
She's going to get out and wake it up.
No, which is why they always and took me to the hospital so I couldn't tell anybody.
And I told y'all that.
Doubled down behind my husband and his to try to make him feel like he was the man so he wouldn't tell everything that he knows about all that they do for the Jimenez drug cartel in DeSoto. Oops, I guess everybody knows now.
I guess they do.
Because I'm going to sue every last one of those. And I want everybody arrested.
That's
and
right,
if it
he's
means
going
my
to
husband
be
has
there
to
and
get
take
arrested
care
for putting his hands on me and for beating Solar.
Yep.
Because Solar told him you need to confess your sins to your wife and you need to make amends with your wife because you'll never find a better wife than her. He got upset that that young man gave him that advice.
He gets jealous of any man you're around. Stop playing. Any man you're around.
Any man I'm around.
You want his old dirt. It's not trying to talk about your friend. Something that dirty ass holes that you trying to mope like they ain't seen us on the trying to help you.
My husband needs to worry about after I finish exposing everything that I know about him and all the dirty little details of his friends and family. After I finish dragging him in front of hundreds of thousands,
like he did you and built this narrative.
Where is he going to go? I pay the rent. I pay for the car. I pay all the bills. He has no job. He works for me. The only money that he gets from the government, the only reason he gets it is because my cousin, who's a sergeant in the Army, got it for him. When I met him, he didn't even have his military ID.
Wow.
That's an ungrateful man for you. I know all about him.
Everything that he has, I have provided him. Every show that I've done, I give him half the money off top. I pay all the bills and I still do that. Why?
As you should. As you should. As you should when you accepted the responsibility of his mother. So guess what?
Yeah.
You accepted the responsibility for his big funky.
That I have my own cards, my own debit and credit cards in my wallet. He keeps them in his. Want to know why? Because I don't ever want nobody questioning why his wife is taking care of him.
I love you, sis.
The hedge is off.
I love you, sis.
The hedge is removed.
I told the public you needed time to breathe. You needed time to take a nap. And not worry about Sam, not worry about him, not worry about Philadelphia.
Well, she's on social media talking about it just yesterday, the 18th of January.
This morning. I'm
she ain't doing that
praying
much
with
wrestling.
the girls, teaching them how to meditate and do the 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪. They watching me do. You know, I'm always in my purpose, no matter where I am. I could be in a cardboard box under a bridge somewhere, and I'd still be doing the 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪. I'd still be teaching people how to meditate, and I'd still be talking about Jesus and how perfect
you better
he is,
save
and how
yourself.
long as I'm close to him, I can get a little touch of that perfection every now and then. You know, I'm still going to do me.
Why wasn't she listening to her husband when he told him
because where are you going to go on your feet?
Exactly. And then now they're in this situation. She was respecting him to begin with. It wouldn't have got to this point. That's my opinion.
The judge that granted this paperwork, I believe it's their kinfolk. The judge last name is Johnson.
Oh, come on. Not the coincidence. Yeah.
See, his mama,
come on, sis.
Behind the scenes to try to find a way to get between the two of us because I know the truth about her.
Oh,
she tried to
man.
commit suicide 6 years ago.
Oh,
I heard of a first lady of a church committing suicide and her husband didn't even know it was happening. I guess that's how close they are, because she ended up having to end up in a place just like I am now in Arlington. And the things that she had to say about the feelings, the unnatural feelings that she has about her eldest child,
Tokyo
will make anyone
has no business.
See, 2 weeks after we got married, because we didn't know each other so well, I paid someone to break the HIPAA law and give me her
it's sad, but that's how Tokyo is.
And I waited for it to get foggy, and I told them when they first started getting foggy with me, if any of you, and that includes my husband, speak a nasty word against me online, I'm releasing all the details of everything I know about your wretched family, or maybe the fact that her father is now currently beating the wife and sleeping with someone younger in Turkey.
Nobody
and has a whole bar in an apartment building that nobody knew about.
Oh my God. Girl, how you be knowing all this? How do you be knowing all this?
Listen to me, they ain't nothing but the clumps with a church.
Go ahead, girl. Hey.
Hercules.
Yeah, girl.
They should be so lucky as to have somebody as classy as me who want to actually be a part of their family.
Preach.
Wretched.
All love.
But it's all right though, you know, because I'm not perfect either.
Nope.
I have my own family issues, which is why I talk about them out loud. I don't fake the fun. Ain't nobody gonna expose anything about me because I'll expose myself first.
Yep.
But see, while my husband was busy running around telling everybody I was possessed by a demon, I talked to my son, Toke. I felt so bad for him.
I already know, because I already know.
No, but the reason why he did that, he said what he said was because my husband told him all these lies about me and Solar, told him not to talk to Solar.
I get it, sis.
And
I already told everybody that.
When we finally watched that Tasha case, my husband was sitting there. I can't believe his father would do that to him. He just turned around and did the same thing.
Stories.
Yep.
You use my autistic son to try to hurt me. And then to leave him with the guilt of betraying his mother, which he can never do.
Jay.
My son is, and I love him. And I told him that. That was the first. Listen to me, girl. He hung up on me this morning. And when I told him about how people have been running up to me all through the hospital. Oh, I can't believe your husband did this. I can't believe your husband. This is what I'm hearing while I'm in the hospital, trapped in the hospital because he lied to the judge and said I was.
Are you talking about Tony, Tokyo Tony, the hype man?
First of all, ain't nobody get locked up for a gun. Ain't no police pull no gun. The nigga ain't go to jail. They strapping.
Someone My husband pulled a gun on me.
He didn't go to jail, is what I said.
Oh, yeah, I
Why
didn't go to
didn't
jail
Sola
either.
just leave?
Right.
For her to
Right.
take
So
him
something's
in
wrong with that
because
picture.
he was
Something's
manipulating
wrong with
her.
that picture.
Yep, but that's exactly
I'd
what
have
was
been able
going
to
on.
get out a whole lot sooner than I am now. But see, I'm in a state hospital, put here by a judge who got certification from a doctor who's never seen me and testimony from my husband who lied.
Well, your husband was putting up the Baphomet sign.
He's in the hospital.
But that he had, wait a minute,
Not jail,
did you tell
guys.
everybody how
Don't
my
send her
pushed you on the
husband
phone
no
and put his
donations.
hands on me?
That's what I told it on the live, but I'll tell it again. Google called me. First I kept calling him, texting him. I can show you, I can send it to Jag, anybody. Texting. Where's my sister? What's going on? I'm gonna call you later. I waited. Text till he finally called. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? I hear Brit in the background laughing and she's like, what's popping? He's like, man, she went
up
up.
at the barbershop about them beating on his wife, and he's sitting there doing it. Just
Especially
like
at this
he sat there
time.
with his family while they made fun of my son being murdered. And they used to laugh and say that he got what he wanted. He got what he deserved because he was a Yankee and he came down here and didn't know nothing about Texas. And he sat there and let his family do that. My husband.
Ho! What you just say?
Man.
Ho!
Well, I think.
Why did your husband tell me on the phone? Y'all know that's Texas horns, my friends. I'm like, wow, this is not a situation for Texas horns.
He ain't got no friends, honey. He ain't got no family either.
He like this on that joint after on her.
Attention to him is so they can keep him in pocket, so he don't do too much crazy to make them look bad. I take care of him. They don't give a fuck about it. Again, his mom lends money, and that's probably because she feels bad.
She needs to.
Everything.
No.
And you can't. And just because you pray about something, don't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes, it means that you're clear with God, but the fact is, your uncle, and you had a baby, and you found the first dumb one with that male pattern baldness that happened so early in life. He was just like
hold on for a minute, Jag. It's a question right here I want to answer. Then I'm going to let you answer. What I said, this is my first time today talking to Jag. This is second. What you heard is what I heard. Hold on, Jag. You asked the question about the ashes. Don't say nothing yet, Jag. Hold on. I said, let me tell you like this. So tell them. They want to know why you do it. What's up? Tell them.
What the ashes was all about? Oh, it's very simple. I was watching my husband beat on my nephew who I adopted, who just came out of a cult and is trying to find a better way to live and to take all that work that they put into carbonation and to turn it into something positive, which I told him I would help him do.
Pause. This is where I, Jaguar, and everybody else was on the phone before, and we said,
okay, that's part one. But you're right, some fruit, you hit it. Jag likes drama, and Tokyo is low-key laughing at her. And I said the same thing. Even with the live she did, and she recorded what Jaguar Wright said on the 18th, which was yesterday. That was the first time she probably had communication with anybody, and she called her girl, which is Tokyo. And Tokyo went live and recorded the phone conversation they had in the psych ward. Tokyo, you could tell she was low-key clowning. She thinks this is funny. I don't know where Jag gets off thinking that that's her friend and vice versa. But yeah, she's not laughing with Jag. She's laughing at her. And I'm feeling a fallout happening with them two again when Jag gets out too. I'm feeling a fallout with many of things, but I'm not going to call it all out. We're just going to fall back. But Jaguar Wright, I'm going to call this out. When she gets out of that hospital, she is going to run a muckery through social media. She's in a hospital where she should be taking care of herself right now, and she's not doing it. She's so worried about what people are thinking about her and wanting to tell her side of the story to the public that she's not putting her health first. So can you imagine how this woman's going to be when she gets out of that facility that she's in. So let me read some of these things. Exactly, some fruit. Clowning her. Exactly. She's getting traffic. No one goes to exactly. As soon as she started doing the Jaguar Wright, now they're over there. Exactly. And it is really crazy. And she's making, in my opinion, I feel like Tokyo Tony is making people think that that's her friend. She's concerned about her, and that's why she's on her channel, um, talking about the situation. No, she's trying to blow up her YouTube channel. Why don't people understand words cost? It says, yeah, they're gonna fall out because Tokyo is crazy and mad disrespectful. Exactly. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen because right now, low key, Jaguar is going through some things, and she's gonna see, like she always does, and they fall out. That Tokyo Tony got some ish with her, but I don't understand how they keep having these fallouts and then they're friends again. With friends like that, who needs enemies? But anyways, getting off the subject of that, isn't it kind of a coincidence that Velvet is so called in California, where Solar is born and raised? He's from California. That's another thing I predict. Somehow, I really feel in my gut that Solar is going to head back to California, and he's going to try his hardest to be back with Velvet. I just really think that that's going to happen. And if it does happen, hey, that's them people's business. But I really think that they're going to end up getting back together, and I also think that if they get back together, Velvet's going to come up pregnant. But Jag choose her. I know you're right. They all playing Jag. It's a shame, really. It is. King Guy is there too. But you know what? And that's funny you brought that up because Sean, what is it? Sean Dave Wavy, Jag throwing salt on him. She's trying to turn Jaguar Wright against Sean Davy Wavy. I'm not probably saying the channel holder's name right, but he does great content. And I just don't like when people throw salt on somebody because they're trying to move up. You got to crawl before you walk, Tokyo. Stop throwing salt on people's name. That man, you know, uh, paid his homage and he's where he's at. He's reporting on it just like you're reporting on it, trying to get your little coins up. Or even if your channel's not monetized, you're trying to get your channel monetized. If your channel doesn't get monetized, Tokyo Tony, you need to check what comes out of your mouth because you have a potty mouth. It's nobody's fault but your own. And to be throwing salt on people that are reporting on this Jaguar Wright situation, they're no better than you because you're doing it too, Tokyo. And you call Jaguar Wright your friend. But I think that right now, this is a way you can come up. And I hope people are really recognizing that for what it is. That other interview guy, King Payne in Cali, Jaguar divorced her husband. Well, she hasn't got out the hospital yet, so. But I'm hearing, I didn't hear out of her mouth, but from what she was sounding like, how she was talking, it sounds like she's, feeling like we have came to the end of the road and I'm going to have to let this go. Did I hear the word divorce come out of her mouth when I was editing part 1 of this live? No. But all we can do is sit back and watch and see how it plays out. Solar's going where he can't. He can. That's not his parents or family's place. Yeah, we understand that, but he's probably going to go back to California. That's just what I think. I love him. Did you see Gerald melt in Sean's arms? No, I didn't see all that. Interview. He's really kid. Yeah, I like his channel. I really do. That's why I said, I think it's wrong that Tokyo Tony is trying to throw salt. She's trying to manipulate Jaguar Wright into thinking that Sean, is a bad person. But you're doing the same thing Sean's doing. You're reporting on the situation. But what is your alternative motive, Tokyo? That's the question I want to ask. But listen, I'm gonna get off. I'll be back on, and again, I will put a timestamp for the people that just coming into the chat. So when the replay starts, you know when the video starts, and you'll be able to hear the video of Jaguar talking from the hospital with Tony Tokyo Tony. Make sure you hit the like button. Part 1 and 2 of the live, I'll probably do an afternoon live, 11 to or 12 o'clock live, part 2. And then I'll do part 3 around 4, maybe 4, 5, or 6, in the afternoon tomorrow. So part 2 and 3 will be put up tomorrow. But this is part 1 of what Jaguar had to say about this whole situation. We heard it from the horse's mouth over here on SL Davis's channel. I meant you could see the warmth in Gerald's heart when Sean spoke to him. Let me say that. Oh, okay. That was nice. Because they're going through some things. And I'm going to tell you something. If I was going through what Jaguar is going through, I wouldn't want to have a friend like Tokyo Tony, because I don't think she would be helping my situation at all. I think she would be making it worse. But I don't know. That was what I meant. You know what I'm saying? So let's put some hearts up into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Before we leave on out of here, let's show some love to each other. Let's show some love to each other. And again, I'll put the hearts up into the chat. And also make sure that you hit that like button or dislike button on the way out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all stay blessed. And I'm out. Love y'all. Mwah.